Hi, everybody. It's me, Albatross. A happy Saturday. I'm going to warn you guys right up front. I'm not very happy. I'm not. And trigger warning, I'm going to get a little venomous here in a minute because, the devil's been working overtime this weekend to try to stop our virtual march. He's been working overtime to try to stop our march. Like, hoo hoo hoo. Tell me why I have my Instagram account less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. The only thing I put on that Instagram was one picture and some words underneath. It said, "Wake up, where are the children?" Tell me why that was so offensive that Instagram suspended my account less than 24 hours after it was created. Tell me why. Because I asked where the children were? Okay. All right. And also, this hate campaign that is going on right now on YouTube. I wasn't going to say anything about it. I wasn't even going to go watch it. But after after all the emails and stuff I got, calling me a liar, calling Allie a liar, all this stuff, I had to go see what was going on. So I did. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I went and watched it. Because, for the logical people who can discern and reason, the people who love their children, who love children, can listen to that nonsense and discern what was wrong with it. But just in case there's those of you out there who have never dealt with narcissistic people like Allie was trying to explain to you, okay? For those of you who haven't, that woman, that surrogate woman, she is like textbook narcissist. Just from the things that she said alone. Like the way she views things. And I'm going to go into it a little bit because I'm really ticked off. Because it's not just my Instagram. Someone reported my email address. Yes, yeah. Someone reported my email address. My mom couldn't get an email from me because it kept popping up that it was dangerous. That my email address was dangerous. Yeah. That's never happened to me before. That's never happened to me before. So what I'd like to know is if all of this is crap and all of this is made up, then why are you going so hard at me? Huh? Why? Especially me. I've got less than 300 subscribers. Why report me? What have I done? What have I done? Well, why is it such a problem for you all that we're asking about the kids, that we're talking about the things that no one wants to talk about? Why is it such a problem with everybody? Why? When you all could go on there and say that dumb bullshit nonsense you all say. Yeah, that dumb bullshit nonsense. You all can go in there and just speculate, just purely speculate and say wild things with no receipts, no backup, nothing. Nothing. Shameless. Fucking shameless. In that same platform that bitch was on, yeah, I know you all come to my channel. You fucking trolls. I saw you on there. For people who are so determined that it's not true, you guys spend an awful lot of time watching these videos. An awful lot of time. Oh, but I gotta get this out. I'm sorry, I gotta get this out. I gotta get this demon out of me that's been in my heart since I watched that interview. I gotta get it out of me and send it back to where it came from. Send it back over there to that dumb platform where it came from. And listen, I'm the kind of person, I like to look at things from both sides. You know what I mean? I've always been that way. And I've always been able to do that. But the moment that bitch got on there and started saying, "Honey, it's not a good thing being a survivor. You know how many men have been with you? Who would ever want to be with you?" It was that point, yeah, my head fucking exploded. My head exploded. If that doesn't tell people where their loyalties are, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That was the most fucking disgusting thing I've ever heard anybody say about a survivor. Disgusting. Not only that, You said it about someone you said is your daughter? You fucking kidding me? Oh, but she's got pictures, right? She's got pictures. Okay, yeah, I saw the pictures. But you know, the pictures I didn't see, though, was a picture of Allie as a baby. Anyone see that picture? No, I didn't see that picture. I saw a bunch of pictures of her as a preteen and a teenager. You know what else I saw? I saw a mom making fun of her own daughter. Making fun of her own daughter for the way she looks. And fuck you, surrogate. Allie is beautiful. Inside and out, she is glowing. It's not about the clothes you wear or how you do your hair. It's not about any of that. That's superficial bullshit that doesn't matter. And you know what? I think that's really what pisses you all off. At the end of the day, I do. I think it makes you so mad. It makes you mad that Allie's not out there asking for money. It makes you mad. It makes you angry. It does. It does. It really enrages you guys. It enrages you guys. You can't understand. You just can't understand it. But yeah, I'm sorry. This bitch made me mad listening to this. I've heard a couple of moms talk about their kids like this. I have. And those moms put their kids in the same situations that Allie's been talking about. Those narcissistic type of women who will never take accountability. Okay, let's say everything that this bitch is saying is true. Let's just pretend for a minute that everything that this woman claiming to be Allie's mom is saying is true. Let's pretend it is. Okay? You still said to the court, keep her. Knowing a predator was after her. You told him keep her. Because she lied on you so much. You know. That's what you cared about. I mean, you're telling on yourself. That's what you cared about at the end of the day, was your kid making you look bad. Not about the truth. Because how could you possibly know that man didn't rape her? How could you possibly know he didn't? Where's your receipts at? Allie's showing receipts. And you know what? We can call any receipt fake. But, at the end of the day, we can call her pictures fake. If we're going to go that route, we can call it all fake. But Allie still provided receipts, real documents. And I'm about to show you one of them. Look at this. Let's see. Let's read it. Now, prior allegations. Now, who knows? Maybe Shelley just pulled this out from a random person that had nothing to do with Allie. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Allegation 1. In 1987. Well, damn, 1987. That was like 7 years before Allie was born, right? Wasn't that 7 years before she was born? Didn't you say on that platform, CP has never, ever, ever got involved with me until Allie started telling her lies? Isn't that what you said? Isn't that what you said? Was she lying in 1987 before she was born? Was that her fault too? Oh, okay. What about when she was 3 months old on May 24th, 1944? What about then? Was that her fault too? Was that her fault too? Because she was lying on you so bad? Okay, what about the other allegation? Physical abuse. The referral stated the mother hit the child with fists at the gas station. And the referral was closed as unfounded. So maybe that wasn't true. Who knows? But someone reported it. The fact is, whether that allegation is true is irrelevant. That doesn't matter. We caught you lying. You're sitting there saying CPS hadn't been involved since Allie started. Well, this says otherwise, ma'am. This says otherwise. But yeah, I'm waiting to see those receipts that you get from CPS saying that they never got involved until, when you say they did. I'm waiting. We're waiting. And then, there's this, when at the end of it all, when Allie and Shelley went to talk about all this crap that she had to go through in the foster care system, which you wouldn't know what she went through because you let them have her. So how can you say that she didn't go, no P. Diddy, that she didn't do, how can you possibly say that? You literally gave your child to the state. And then in the same interview went on to say, well, I know they don't got those kids' best interest at heart, but you still let them have your child. I mean, from my point of view, from someone who's never met any of you all, I've never met Allie, I've never met Shelly, I've never met you, but for someone who's never met any of you all, I mean, where are your receipts, ma'am? Where are they? You're sitting here saying all this stuff that none of this is true, CPS never did this, and that CPS thought that Shelly was a predator. You even went so far to say that. Well, where are your receipts at? Where are they? We're waiting. This is while she was in foster care. According to you, she was with Shelly the whole time, but according to her records, she was not. According to her records, she had a 27-year-old male stalker following her around, but you never mentioned him. Never mentioned him. A 27-year-old following you. No, she was just a out-of-control teenager, right? She was just an out-of-control teenager. It was all her fault. All her fault. All her fault. She ruined your all's lives, right? Ruined your all's lives, made you all lose money, made you all lose a scholarship. You know, she was just the worst. You know, she was just the worst, right? Right? That's right. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking, bitch. Keep talking. Okay, yeah. And this is her social worker. Not you checking on her, but her social worker. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the facility manager of the group home. That calling the social worker, saying that she did not return and was missing, and they wanted to hold her bed for the weekend. Since you were so concerned, after you said, yeah, I'll let... You see, that's another thing. There's so many contradictions in this interview. So many. And it's funny because the person doing the interview is so, like, adamant that Allie's lying and this and that and the other, but yet he doesn't say a word to call out any of these indiscrepancies. Come on, man, be a real interviewer. Ask her why her stories aren't adding up. Ask her why they're changing every time she talks. Come on, man, do your due diligence. Oh, yeah, this. I just wanted to touch on this briefly. Okay? All right? Now, I'm not claiming anybody's anybody. You know, I have no idea who's what. But this picture does raise some questions, ma'am. You know, since you knew exactly what all your daughters were doing, you didn't let them run around, go anywhere. Well, why is your daughter in this picture with a very famous rap star, ma'am? Are you guys just friends? What's the deal here? Someone please explain this picture to me. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody want to chime up? If this little girl right here is not Allie Carter, please speak up. Please speak up. And yeah, I'm not saying that anybody's anybody. That's not what I'm saying. But there's apparently something weird there. There's a connection there. Okay? She's in a picture with him in a house. But anyway. So since she wanted to say all this stuff about how Allie was never abused, how she could never abuse any child, and this and that, and it was just impossible, simply for the simple fact, just because she was her mother, that's the only reason you've got why you wouldn't hurt her. Okay, let's go over the signs of abuse here. Changes in behavior. Abuse can lead to many changes in behavior. Abused children often appear scared, anxious, depressed, withdrawn, or more aggressive. I mean, and honestly, let's just go on this surrogate lady's words when we're reading this. How she described Allie. How she described her. How all of a sudden she just changed one day, you know, after she, you know, well, she says a different reason, like every time. Like there's a new reason every time. First, she says it's because I refused to let her play with the foster kids, that she didn't want the foster kids anywhere near her house. She thought they were disgusting. She didn't want them anywhere near her house. First, it was that reason that Allie started acting this way. And then later she says that she started acting this way because her dad didn't want to spend enough time with her. So she just turned around and called rape on him. And she's claiming it's all bullshit, but like, how would you know? If this child is telling you, you're just sitting here saying, you're just dismissing it. Like, no, it just wasn't true, period. You didn't say you looked into it and found out it to be not true. You're just saying it was untrue from the jump. That's what you're saying. Okay. 2, returning to earlier behaviors. Abused children may display behaviors shown at earlier ages, such as thumb sucking, bedwetting, fear of the dark, or fear of strangers. For some children, even loss of acquired language or memory problems may be an issue. 3, fear of going home. Fear of going home. You said yourself she was always trying to run away and take off. You said it yourself, ma'am. Lady ma'am. You said it yourself. Abused children may express apprehension or anxiety about leaving school or about going places with the person who is abusing them, or exhibit an unusual fear of a familiar person or place. Well, gee, isn't that just like exactly what you described? Her taking off on you? Making up all these crazy lies. She was just so determined to get away from you. But yet, if your home was so good and so wonderful, why was she so scared to be there? Why'd she, You don't address any of that. You don't even insinuate there could be a possibility you did something wrong. That is narcissism 101. Nobody's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, especially parents. And the fact you're not even admitting to that, it's an issue in my mind. It's a big issue. Big issue. 4, changes in eating. Oh yeah, that thing you were making fun of your own daughter for. First, you're making fun of her for being too fat. Then you made fun of her for being too skinny. Well, here we go. Signs of abuse in children. The stress, fear, and anxiety caused by abuse can lead to changes in a child's eating behavior, which may result in weight gain or weight loss. 5, changes in sleeping. Abused children may have frequent nightmares or have difficulty falling asleep, and as a result may appear tired or fatigued. 6, changes in school performance and attendance. Abused children may have difficulty concentrating in school or have excessive absences, sometimes due to adults trying to hide the child's injuries from authorities. And here we go. Something else, you were making fun of someone who's supposed to be your flesh and blood. You were making fun of her for it online. Like, what the hell? Am I the only one who thinks that's crazy? Any parents out there who love their kids, would you get online and start making fun of your child and their hygiene? What the fuck is up with that? Abused and neglected children may appear uncared for. They may present as consistently dirty and have severe body odor. They may lack sufficient clothing for the weather. And, you were saying how nasty she was. This poor child, under your care, saying how nasty she was. And all this other stuff. And I don't know what video you see her where she doesn't look like she's got good hygiene. Every video I've seen her, she looks beautiful. No, she doesn't wear name brand clothes. So? I mean, like, I'm not seeing what you all are seeing. I mean, yeah, she wears modest clothes. She wears, it's funny, I wear clothes from, like, the thrift store. What's wrong with that? Why you gotta pick on people like that? You're acting like that. I mean, just the way these people talk about people, it's next level. I just don't get it. I don't get it. 8. Here we go. Another one you were thrashing her for being a kid. Risk-taking behaviors. Young people who are being abused may engage in high-risk activities, such as using drugs or alcohol or carrying a weapon. You all were sitting there saying, no, you wanted to be out there on the streets. You wanted to do that. She was a child. That is a symptom of abuse. 9, another thing you all were admitting she was doing as a child. Inappropriate sexual behaviors. You were shaming her for it. You were shaming a child for this. Instead of going to get her help then. You're acting like she needs help now? If she does need help now, it's all because of you, ma'am. You gave her that foundation, not Shelly. You gave her that foundation. You did. And you're going to shame her for it? Make fun of her? That's really what made me so mad. That made me so mad to hear that. I couldn't believe it. You're not even going to pretend like you love your child. Not even going to pretend. Yeah, you've said it a couple times, but the way you're talking, like, I don't want her nowhere near my house. But then you say, I'm going to take down Shelly Carter. So you're basically saying you want her to be alone and miserable. You want her to be alone and miserable. I don't see any other way. You're going to take down the woman who has been there for her, who cares if she, who cares about her, who she wants to be with as a 31-year-old woman? And you're going to take her down, but then you're not going to let her at your house? What sense does that make? You're basically saying you want to isolate her. I mean, am I crazy, guys? Am I crazy? Tell me if I'm crazy. I've been told that before. But this is just... I don't understand how, like, that video, that those interviews are getting any traction at all. Like, you all hear the way she talks about children? Do you guys hear the way that woman was talking about children, about her own child? But yeah, I tried to put in here a few of some of the main things that I got from the interview. I watched a lot more of it than I should have. It really left me with this disgusting feeling that you guys see right now. And I had to get off and send it right back to the people who sent it out to begin with. Because, yeah, hopefully there are other people who are catching on to this. Because, like, I've never, and then she'll sit there and say, okay, Allie met Shelly, because Shelly was going to the foster kids next door. And then the interview guy said, oh, I bet she was giving them drugs. Like, where the fuck did you get that? Where'd that fucking come from? Where the fuck did that come from? That don't even make no fucking sense. You're just sitting there speculating. Like, the worst things about people you don't even know. And you're not even holding this woman you're interviewing to the same standard at all. You're letting her lie. You're letting her contradict herself. You're not calling her out on it. No one on your platform is calling her out on it. There are so many inconsistencies to her story. So many. And you know what? Yeah, as crazy as Allie's story may sound, it's still consistent. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. Her story stays the same. And you know what, if it was a lie, if that was all a lie, that would be like the hardest lie to continue with. I don't even know how you could do it, how you could stay as consistent as she has stayed. I don't know. I mean, as you can see, this woman claiming to be her surrogate couldn't even stay consistent for an hour. Not even for 1 hour. First she says Allie been around Allie since she was 12 or 13. Then she's saying she met Allie when she was 16. First she said that, Allie started saying all these ridiculous lies when she was 12 or 13. Then she said Shelly coached her into saying all these things. Well, which the fuck is it? Like, my head's spinning from all the different stuff you've said. And then, 1 minute you're saying the judge says, okay, well, you can have Allie back if you want to, or we can keep her. Oh, you don't even have to come to court. Nah, you don't even have to come to court for it. We got her. What sense does that make to anybody? Does that make any fucking sense to anybody? A judge saying, oh, I get it. You don't have to keep her if we'll keep her. Does that make any fucking sense? It certainly doesn't make sense to me. But no paperwork, She showed, like, a couple of pictures of Allie as a teenager. And then, like, she had, like, a Polaroid of, like, it was supposed to be a baby picture of Allie, but it was so goddamn blurry. Like, You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. And then when someone asked, like, to see it better or for another picture in the comments, she went off. They said, fuck y'all, I'm not getting no more pictures. It's like, oh, okay. But we'll get some more words, though. We'll get some more bullshit. We'll get some more of that. Got plenty of that. And then showing everybody a picture, like, your house, what it looks like now, 15 years later. And then using the weird logical fallacy statement. There's so many logical fallacies in this statement. And she says, look at this house. Who in a house like this would beat their children? I mean, it's like, come on. Surely you can do better than that. Oh, I feel better already. I do. I had to get out. I mean, man. The madness of these narcissistic people. Like, they are shameless. They are so shameless. Gonna sit there and make fun of your own daughter. You're gonna make fun of her. Why? She is literally, what does Allie have to gain by any of this? She has never asked for a dime. She doesn't take money. She doesn't put up her Cash App. So, like you said, she's putting herself in like, what does she have to gain by doing this? By lying about this? Now, you, on the other hand, have everything to gain by coming on here and lying because of some of the things that have been said about you. You've got, like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys got to look at things like that. You got to look, like, at motivation. You do. You got to look at motivation. Like, what motivation would Shelly and Allie have to come out here if they weren't collecting money, other than it being true? Maybe there's others that I don't know about. Maybe. But I believe them. And I don't believe this woman. That's for sure. If anything, she's made my stance way stronger than it was even before, and it was already strong. I've never heard such, like, what? You're laughing at your daughter? You're laughing about her beautiful smile? She got a beautiful smile, Allie does. She's beautiful. You're sitting there laughing at her? Like, you're showing the true hatred you have for your own child. Do you see that? Do you see that? And I just want to say this. I don't know if Allie ever watches these videos or not, but I just want her to know that you don't owe that bitch anything, Allie. You don't owe her anything. Just because someone is blood doesn't mean you are enslaved to them. Something, you know what I mean? Like, stuck to them. Like, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's primitive thinking. That is primitive thinking. Your family is the ones who do the hard things. The ones who won't say, nah, keep her. I can't deal with it. I can't. Her surrogate's words, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with a child that didn't want to be parented. That was her words. So someone stepped up to do it. So why you hate them so much? Why you hate? Like, you're not even going to acknowledge this woman for trying to be there for you. You're going to hate her for wanting to be there for your child. Like, from where I'm standing, I mean, maybe, like, if I put myself in your shoes, I think, yeah, it's a little, annoying, but I would still be grateful that someone cared for my child enough to do that. And you're speaking about it like, oh. It is not the kind of thinking I'm used to. That's for sure. That is for sure. And that's why I'm so surprised that it's getting so much traction. Y'all, people need to think about, like, the things she's saying. She's showing you. She, like, can't stand her own child. She can't stand her own child. Doesn't even want her back in her own house. Never. So, yeah, I came up to 3 things that I could get out of this interview for sure. for sure. One, she blames Allie, oh yeah, and Shelly, for every CPS invention and refuses to take accountability any way whatsoever. She thinks she did everything she was supposed to do, period. And two, she never wants Allie back in her house again. She doesn't want to. Okay, then why are you trying so hard to find her? Isn't that a little sus to anybody? 3, and she's coming for Shelly Carr. She's coming for her. So yeah, I see through that shit. Like, I see through that shit. And Allie does too. I'm sure. Bless her heart. She had to live with that her whole life. Oh my God. Whew. So yeah. And so when I see, you know, I just, like I said, I doubt Allie even sees these videos. But if she does, I want her to know that I'm personally proud of her. Despite what she had to deal with growing up, she's putting herself out there. She's not forgetting about the children that are missing, that are exploited. Putting herself out there. Doesn't care about superficial crap. Doesn't want money. And I'm proud of her. She despite what she's been through, she's grown a lot, and I'm proud of her for that. And leave Shelly alone. You didn't want to do it, ma'am. So Shelly did. So what's the problem? I don't get it. And I've never seen one video where she acts like a predator. What? Because she was like stroking her head? When I'm sick, my mom does that. What's wrong with that? Because she was affectionate? Oh, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. No love, right? No love. But yeah, those are my references. That's what I wanted to say about that. We'll see if this video gets out, if my YouTube isn't shut down too. I don't know what's going on. But, I had to get that demon out. I had to. And I'm going to come back in just a couple hours refreshed. And I'm going to go over the New Mexico lawsuit for the CPS, the Kevin S. case. I think that's the name. But yeah, I'll be coming back in a little while. It's 12. I think it's like 12 children. And they're suing they sued the state of New Mexico CPS. So I'll be coming back and going over that. Stay tuned. Where are the kids? Thank you.